One wide. Planes, did I lose you? I lost plates! Plates! No! Come back to me! Planes, what do I do? Planes!
I'm actually confused. Hello?
What's going on, man?
Hello?
There you go. There you are.
I'm back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, whoa.
I was gonna say, why did I leave though?
I don't know. You just
I was gonna say,
you
like,
disappeared.
I was gonna say, I am also confused. I heard you, and I saw that I wasn't doing sound. That's weird.
Yeah, no, you just went all beardy face on me, and then you disappeared. And then I heard you, and then you weren't back yet, and then you came back, and then I could hear you at the same time, and I was just so confused and worried.
I was gonna say, 'cause I heard you too, but like the thing didn't go, and I was all like alone, but not alone.
I was the place where you go is the thing. It was just the thing. Come back to me. I was like, please, what to do? It's gone. I don't know what to do. I can't stream by myself. I'm a lonely little mofo. I can't maintain a conversation.
Right, I was gonna say, like, dear Lord, I didn't even have like any good power scaling to actually rip on when you were gone. I was gonna say, nobody else got to laugh at me, but I was laughing at me. I'm like, dang, I promised anime talk, and then I just sat there. I'm like, man, none of the things that I've watched have actually angered me recently. I need anger for my anime talk to be rant worthy.
You know,
like when
I gotta give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm typically mad about everything. Give me a minute here.
I was gonna say, weirdly enough, the anime that I've enjoyed in the last like week or two have actually been pretty solid, and I haven't been like outraged.
Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles. There. Now.
They had the elevator scene, man.
Okay. Now that in
are we
all
talking Ninja Turtles, or are we talking about like Michael Bay prevents Megan Fox with some turtles?
Yeah, exactly, right? But okay, I even have some complaints before that. I have some complaints about, like, I think that was Ninja Turtles 2 or something like that. I think that was the second Michael Bay one. But the first one, I still have a complaint. Those are not TMNT. That is AMNT. That's Adult Mutant Ninja Turtles. They are full-ass adults. They are nothing teenage about those guys.
Ninja Turtles,
not to mention the continuity. And here I'm going to go bitching about continuity here. The OG Ninja Turtles, if you watch the old like cartoon from the 80s, like 80s, early 90s, whatever, right? They are short. They're turtles. They're really short. Not to mention the fact they're teenagers. So
you're talking like teenagers aren't like constantly 6'2" and ripped with like 30-year-old. What is that? 5 o'clock.
They're gigantic. They're absolutely gigantic, and not to mention the fact that they made them like sea turtle-esque. It's like, no, they're fucking pet turtles.
Well, because those are the big turtles.
No! That's not how it works! No, that's not how it works. Then, like, Raphael might as well just be Slash, because, you know, fucking, you know, snapping turtle, just cause, why not? Like, Jesus!
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, why not?
Like, blah! Blah!
Down.
There is one thing I take more serious than anything. More serious than necromancy and its rites. More serious than the motherfucking Book of the Dead. It's Ninja Turtles, okay? That is coming from me.
Let's say they demand your reverence.
They do. They demand every ounce of it. I fucking love the Ninja Turtles.
They are a gosh-darn institution.
They are. They absolutely are. Did you know Raphael had a girlfriend in the old one? He got a girlfriend.
I remember hearing such tales, but yes. I don't actually know anything about
real mutant girlfriend. She's like half gecko.
Oh yeah, look at Raphael just getting it down.
Yeah! Like, you get it, Raph? Go get
Right?
that.
You
Not only
go,
that,
Raph.
but Raph is the funny one. Like, not saying that Michelangelo isn't funny, but Raph is, like, sarcastic funny. And they push more, like, comedian funny versus just, you know...
rude, crude adventure dude?
Yeah. And
that does
he's
make
like,
sense,
because
how
they
he
make
is.
an episode where they take Raph's, where Shredder takes Raphael's stand-up skit and pumps it through New York's like public speaker system because it's so funny everybody can't help but die laughing.
Raphael is so funny, we'll kill the city with his
That's
comedy.
pretty much it. That's what they did. His set is so funny.
That is literally a Monty Python joke, and they probably got it from something else too.
Probably. But
Which,
yeah,
by the
Raph
way,
is funny.
good
Raph
old
is the
school
King
comedy
Turtle.
for everybody. It's like good old school comedy for everybody. Monty Python's the world's best joke skit. They're weaponizing the world's best joke for war.
I love the old Monty Python skits. You remember the Granny Gang?
Yeah, how they're all
Yeah,
wait,
the
the ones that are
scooter gang.
the ones that are always roaming around, like waiting for pension day, and they're all
Yeah.
teenagers.
Yeah, and they're riding around on their scooters, and they all have like
Yeah,
the spiked
it's like a
helmets
full-on
and shit.
Yeah, it's a full-on documentary about like gang culture in Britain, but it's just a bunch of pensioners.
Yeah, this is... Oh, what do they call them again?
I can't remember what it is something to do with like pension. I think is in there because that's like the British term for a retiree type thing.
Back to Google. I'm going back to Google for this because I know the answer.
I can't remember their full.
Okay, name of grannies.
I also remember Monty Python's. Oh, there's also one great sketch from Monty Python that everybody should know because it is a great.
Hell's Grannies.
Hell's Grannies.
Hell's Grannies. That's the name.
Another great masterclass from Monty Python in comedic timing is the fruit self-defense class.
Oh
It's a self-defense class all about how to defend yourself from people who are attacking you with various forms of fruit.
Of course.
For instance, how would you defend yourself against a man attacking you with a banana?
A banana, you say?
And I love it because they have the whole setup. They go through like the different levels of like fruit and how dangerous they are. It's like, now just attack me with the banana so I can show you how to defend yourself. It's like, well, fine. Okay, now come at me. So he comes at him with the banana and he gets shot. Now, did anybody see what I did there?
Oh yeah, I totally
because a man with a
spoofed this
banana is no
dungeon here.
match for a man with a gun, and we should all learn that.
Great self-defense. That's amazing self-defense. Someone is 3 times your size. They come at you. They're looking for a fight. What do? You shoot them in the kneecaps and run. But we're in Canada, so we're not allowed to do that. So what you do is you
get a hockey stick.
You get a hockey stick, and then you aggressively stand your ground. You say, "Hey, buddy,
It's called slashing, and as long as
I'm sorry, but you must get out of here. You got to get out of here, eh? I'm sorry, bud, but you got to get out of here." And then you smack your hockey stick on the ground, and then you kick him in the nuts and run. Even if it's your house, you run away.
You cross-check them, and then you slash them with the stick, man.
And then you go fetch your pet moose from out back because everybody knows running across For people who don't know, when you're out in the wild of Canada, you're out in the wilds, one of the worst things that you can come across, and I'm going to say on par with a bear, is a moose.
Oh, you could get... Yeah, that moose might be screwing you up that day.
Oh, yeah, no, like, moose... they may seem all, like, dopey and funny and all that kind of stuff. They will fuck your day up. They'll no. They won't just fuck your day up. They'll fuck your year up. Maybe even your forever up.
They are, like... What are they? They're, like... I think they're the last of... Or some of the last of the North American megafauna?
Yeah, they are, I think they're one of the 3 last species of the
there's still
North
a
American megafauna.
like giant beast, as it were.
Yeah, they are a giant beast. I think their closest relative is the elk, or maybe I'm confusing things, and that's the elk is the closest tying point between deer and moose. I'm trying to remember. I could be wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't actually think I could tell you the...
Or maybe they're related
DNA
to reindeer.
origins of a moose, actually. I just know that, again, like, realistically, moose are super cool, but terrifying. They're not just a big deer. They are so beyond just a big deer.
Okay,
again,
let's see.
They are a creature that
how many species in megafauna are left? Okay, so... the only terrestrial megafauna remaining today are elephants, giraffes, hippopotamus, rhinoceros, and large bovines. What?
I guess.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, isn't a moose's hooves are wrong to be considered a bovine? It shouldn't be. I don't think they have the right hooves for it.
But then again, you know, they still follow the same naming conventions: bull, cow, and calf, right?
Yeah, but that not necessarily what that means.
Falling short of American bison. And this is where games in real life actually started. Just so people have some history context on games in real life. Games in real life, our channel started with the concept. I don't know, I just went like totally aloof because looking up these moose facts. This is where it started. We got in a conversation about what Pokemon would be in real life, and we even have a couple shorts on it, and I do intend on getting back to it. It's just time, right? You know, life happens. It's hard getting time to fully edit and record and do this, especially now that I have a baby, soon to be 2 babies. That's right, I am Dad and Dorky. Dark and Dorky is Dad and Dorky.
Papa Dorky.
Yep, I'm a daddy. Soon to be of 2. Yay.
Also, according to the internet, you only have to be like over 100 pounds to be a megafauna.
Interesting. Over 100 pounds. So technically, I'm megafauna.
Yeah, so a moose clocking in at 1,500 pounds is, yes, in the megafauna category. So we may be thinking of something else when we think megafauna.
Yeah, no, but I thought megafauna was specifically that, like, not gonna say prehistoric, but the late Ice Age, you know, mammal variants like mammoths and...
Yeah, we talk about megafauna in terms of, like, the old I guess not old Ice Age, because we're still in the Ice Age, but yeah, like, we typically use it to refer to the big animals that survived, like, the height of an Ice Age, right?
Yeah.
Or at least that's what I've heard.
Okay, according to my mom, that's right, I talked to my mom, and my mom has some very interesting theories about things. Apparently we're still in an Ice Age.
We are.
And yeah, and I was sitting there and I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, yeah, no, I guess so, because, you know, the carbon cycle of the Earth and everything's warming up. Not saying that, I am not saying that global warming doesn't exist, because it's a natural carbon cycle that we have added to the point where it is a problem.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just how much carbon we've added based on our actual, like, print on the Earth.
Exactly. Like, I'm not going to say, no, it isn't. That's where the weird thing is, because some people say it straight up is not a natural phenomena, which that's not true. It is. Volcanoes contribute to that, right?
I was going to say, we've clocked... One of the things that I like, because it was a video that I watched semi-recently, exploring something called... a concept called the Little Ice Age, which, as I remember from the video, is still, like, actually a new concept. So, again, my information can be outdated at any point in time, because it's being actively defined, sorry. And one of the things is then, like, I didn't really realize this, but, like, in the Middle Ages, so, say, whatever, roughly 500 years ago, England almost had better wine than France and Spain and Italy. Like, there was a budding wine industry, like, in England. You can't grow grapes there anymore.
Interesting, but then again, you know, England, like, around Europe, they had some very interesting species that were also, like, hunted to extinction, like the European lions.
Yeah,
or the cave hyenas, or, there was another...
Cave bears.
Yeah, cave bear. Well,
Well, that one actually, I guess, more died
it was
out.
like it was a little bit more of like a jarring species, like hyenas in England, lions in England, what? You know, that kind of thing.
Lions of Italia.
Yeah, like there was another species I'm trying to think of that I was like, what the heck? And they're like, it's extinct, and it's been extinct since they killed the last one. It's like, oh, pleasant.
There was some sort of whatever, like the European African bison is, or buffalo.
I think that's what I was thinking of.
I think technically they're buffalo in like England, or not England, in Europe, Africa, and then like the thing in North America that often gets called a buffalo is technically a bison.
Yes, and then
like in the naming convention,
we had a couple weird species from Canada too that were killed off by human intervention. Like if I remember correct, I can't remember if it was an antelope or a gazelle.
We've had a couple, but we like,
or maybe it was both. It might have even been both. But yeah, Canada used to have those.
We have an antelope in. What part? Like Southern Plains, I think, was what I remember the definitions on. That's like in the endangered list. And heck, that was like, I remember learning that when I was in high school, taking like the elected hunting class. We had to learn about our local species, and I believe one of them was and
you guys had a hunting class?
Yep. Well, it was one of our like electives type thing, like.
But still, that was an elective. But that, you know what? I'm sitting here complaining. I had medieval armory as
you got
an elective.
Shields and shit.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. I still have those shields.
I got to sit around in a classroom and learn how to identify ducks.
I sat around and learned how to make a shield from Dungeons and Dragons in real life. See what I did there?
And I guess, like, the main thing that I almost always remember, because I kind of laughed at some of the town kids as they're like, wait, what? Even I was like, wait, what? But some people really disturbed. The proper way on how to, like, skin and field dress a rabbit.
There's actually a proper way. There's a way where if you do it, it's like taking a sock off.
There's an even better way. If you do a little slit, like, around the neck kind of thing, you're supposed to,
By the way, viewer discretion advised for the next topic here. Yeah, sorry. Say, like, if you're squeamish, you might not want to listen to this, or if you have an overactive imagination, come on.
Sorry,
if you eat meat, this is how it's done.
I live in the wilderness, and I some of this stuff, But yeah, like, the proper way to do it, like, you can skin a rabbit in one go by flicking it between your legs. There's a proper method in everything. It was outlined in our book.
That's actually interesting. So you flick it, and it pretty much, I take it shoots the carcass out of the skin, pretty much.
Essentially, like the part that again made me laugh was the fact that there was like there was an illustrated guide. It's like you take your stance right, and like you grab it right, and you like flick it, and you just skin it in a go.
Just for some reason in my head, that kind of was like a kung fu manual. First, you take your stance. And then you go, Kya! And you remove the skin in Mortal Kombat fashion from the rabbit. Usage!
You're not like the most wrong. And there was again a couple people that I'm pretty sure were in the class just because like they didn't get into the class, like the electives that they wanted to. And they're like, you what? And it's like, again, I'm like, oh right. Some people don't understand that like rabbits are a fairly common food source actually in history.
Oh, dude, they're very common. Actually, there's a lot of German dishes that are made with rabbit.
Yeah, Hassenpfeffer.
Yeah, Hassenpfeffer. Yeah, that was the first one that came to my head, too.
As we've all watched Looney Tunes before.
Yes! Yes, that's... Yeah, it was for the king. Hassenpfeffer! Hassenpfeffer! I want Hassenpfeffer!
Yeah, that's quite. Let's say, I've had rabbit stew before. Again, it's not bad.
I actually haven't had rabbit. Out of the meat spectrum, there's not too much that I've actually had outside of your basic. Like, of course, I've had deer. I've had elk. I've tried moose. Yeah, I've tried moose. Moose was good, but I felt really guilty when I was eating it.
Have you tasted of the prairie bison?
I haven't.
Really?
I had BC. I had like BC bison or buffalo or something like that.
Yeah, and the meat in BC, I'm gonna call it out. It sucks.
It's not the best, but you know what? Like ever since I went down to Mexico and tried ordering beef, it's like there's certain places where you do it, and there's certain places where you don't. Like you don't just go to every other place and order a steak down in Mexico. Otherwise, you are going to get flank steak. Yeah, and it's not the best flank steak either. Like I had this one, I think it was like rancheros at this one place, and they were good, but it's like nothing that I'd be like go on my Instagram and be like, I just had these rancheros at this restaurant. Oh my god, love.
Yeah,
love.
Right. I must tell people.
But there is one place I will tell everybody about. If you are in Puerto Vallarta and you're near the Romance District, right? Which is like it's the LGBTQ neighborhood. But if you happen to be near there's this one street, I can't remember the name of it. But like that doesn't really matter, I guess, unless if you live there or you plan on going there immediately. But it's called Cafe de Ola, and that's OLLE. Maybe it's Ole. I might not be saying it right, but they have the best food I've ever had, and the price is so damn fly. I had 2 lobsters, New York strip steak, which was like melt in your mouth good, by the way, a whole bunch of grilled prawns, some nachos, had like proper tacos there, and it came up to like $86 Canadian.
As I say, right? That's
I ate really like nice. A damn king. It was so good. For $86, I'd come home with Cheetos and a case of Mountain Dew. That's our price.
I was gonna say that's barely a trip to the grocery store.
Yeah, I know, right? It's sad. You go to the grocery store and for like, I don't know. When I was a kid, I remember my parents spending $100 and we'd get an entire heaping cart full of crap. You know, right, cereal, like meat, kind of milk. Got them bags of milk going on. That right, yeah,
sweet bags of dairy.
Oh, my bag of milk. Oh yeah.
Give me that milk bag.
Kelowna doesn't sell bags of milk anymore. I'm actually really
I've
surprised.
I've never actually seen a real bag of milk.
And I'm shocked on that.
Even fact. As a Canadian, like I remember being told by like a person that moved from Ontario, like how they had like the bags of milk are real, and I'm like, no, that's just like an old Canadian joke.
No, they are real, dude. Like I used to use bags. I grew up with bags of milk.
Yeah, I had to go ask my mom. She's like, yeah, they used to come in like pitchers, and yeah, you had it in your fridge, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, and it was like the biggest, cruelest joke because you had this pitcher that was made to like hold a sack of milk, right? And then you'd get like a certain way through pouring it into your cereal, and then the entire fucking bag would just go whoosh in the bag of cereal, like into your bowl of cereal, and the cereal's like sploof everywhere. There's milk all over the counter. Your cereal's all fucking wet. You have way too much. I think that's where I got the habit of when I have cereal, it's like an entire bowl of milk. Is from growing up like that.
Just got used to having an obscene amount of milk.
Yeah, I just got used to having a ridiculous amount of milk in my bowl.
It's just not how I remember it if it's not like this.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
It's like, I don't know. I had a Mandela effect the other day, too. I was sitting there, and I could have swore that there were blue Fruit Loops. Like, in a box of Fruit Loops, there was a blue one. Right?
That does kind of sound right, but as you bring that up, I'm like, but no, yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Maybe I'm confusing another brand.
Should be right, but I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I'm remembering the box, and I'm like, you're right. It's not like blue. There's like a purple and like whatever, a pink. Like I guess I don't know if you.
I'm googling
it.
I'm Google. Kellogg's introduced Fruit Loops in 1963. Originally, there were only red, orange, and yellow loops. Green, blue, and purple loops were added during the 1990s, with blue being introduced last in 1996. All the loops are the same flavor. But now there's no blue Fruit Loops in the Canadian version. What?
Blue Fruit Loops I wonder if the blue food dye is illegal.
Let's see. What happened to the Blue Fruit Loop? The Blue Fruit Loops were banned because in Australia, Europe, which Canada follows a lot of the same food laws that they do, Kellogg's doesn't use any artificial colors. That means all the other colors have natural alternatives. This one is yet to be found for... Yeah, one is yet to be found for blue. Okay, so that's why.
I was talking to, like, my coworker, like, literally yesterday about stuff like that. How like, a lot of candies in North America you can't really sell in Europe because, yeah, they don't allow certain food dyes and stuff and other additives, but we do. So I think, like, one of them is, like, Skittles. They don't set, like, Skittles aren't colorful, I guess, in Europe or something.
That's interesting.
Or they're like not shiny. Like, I guess that's one of the big things is that little shiny.
Oh, that glaze that they put on stuff.
Yeah, apparently that's illegal in Europe,
there's a couple other interesting things in Europe, because like I had a coworker who came from Wales. So this is the UK, right? So the United Kingdom. So he said that they don't sell root beer, and I looked into it. They don't, but it has nothing to do with like it doesn't pass food law or anything. It's just it wouldn't sell.
It's just a North American. Like,
it's a North American flavor.
Original root beer sarsaparilla comes from, if I remember right, the sarsaparilla root, which is a North American
thing. But the thing is now they use licorice flavors in it, and for something that tastes like black licorice, the pop, and next time you drink like a Barks root beer that's ice cold, if you know what I mean by the fake black licorice, wow. I can't talk right now. The fake black licorice taste, so not if you were to get the black licorice in the raw, like the Australian style, but if you were to get like a black jelly bean, and you were to put that in your mouth, that black licorice flavor is in Barks root beer, 100%, because it's a root.
Licorice flavoring is in a lot of stuff. It's just usually black licorice is usually defined by like its ultra powerful nature.
But that's licorice, right? When a lot of people think of licorice that are fruit strips, and it's like, no, that's strawberry flavored. That's not licorice at all. It's strawberry candy. I kind of forgot where I was going with that. Oh, yeah. Energy drinks are sold behind the counter in pharmacies.
Yeah, because they contain too much extra crap in them to be like directly marketed.
Yeah, so you need to like I don't think you need a prescription, but you need to be over a certain age to buy them.
Children can't. Yeah, children I don't think can buy them. You have to be like at least of a certain teenage year or something.
I can only imagine like standing outside of Pharmasafe. Can I get a boot? I just want a monster, man. I'm just fixing to have a monster.
I just need like a 20-year-old or whatever it is, 17-year-old to buy me like a Red Bull. Just one little Red Bull, man. It can even be the sugar-free one.
I don't care, just any. I need that caffeine, bruh.
Right, yeah. I need it, man. There's a test coming up, and I've got the jitters.
And then there's, there was another thing that they... Oh, yeah, peanut butter.
All right, we're trying to find a... Sorry, I'm just like, I just dawned back into our
we're looking for...
I'm like, what are we doing? Right, we're fine.
I think we're actually coming up to the end of the stream there.
Yes, because we get to the stable.
Oh yeah, no, we still have 20 minutes left in the stream. Okay.
Alrighty. Yeah, right. I'm like, we're getting there. I remember we still have to get by the battle platform that killed me like 10 times.
Seriously, very that rock, man.
I was gonna say that's like the first major world boss I came across in my game, and yeah, he just downed me so many times. I hate that. I hate that specific rock. It sucks.
Oh yeah, the one that stole my horse?
Yeah, I was just trying to go on an adventure, and your horse is there.
No, it's still there. Oh, I remember. It made a whole quest. This is where I'm going to get it, actually. And you're like, no, don't go on the bridge. I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah, right.
I'm being smart.
Because again, the PTSD with that guy is real, man.
Oh, dude, I have PTSD with the amount of times I've drowned in Breath of the Wild, so I'm just like, yes, give me a minute to glide.
Again, Link, you really shouldn't have given up like your proper Zora armor that lets you breathe underwater.
Fly. It's a big question that I have. How does one person gain and lose so many abilities and powers so many times over the span of a millennia? I have superpowers, now I don't. I have superpowers, now I don't. I have superpowers, now I don't.
Well, you do die and then just come back to life many times. It's never the same. Well, I guess sometimes it's the same Link, but not always. At least in Majora's Mask, the whole shtick was that you were probably just dead in the Lost Woods. And that's why a loss of most power. Also, the fact of due to the nature of Ocarina of Time, when you run away into the Lost Woods, you do so as a child who hasn't actually gone and done most of your things yet.
Yeah, you haven't done any of your...
So, you literally go into, the woods without realistically being... right? Sorry, now I'm just making sure that I get... Yeah. The way that Ocarina of Time ends, when Child Link leaves leaves Hyrule with the Ocarina of Time to prevent the events from happening, he hasn't actually, completed... I think any of the dungeons.
That's right, because in Majora's Mask you were also playing Kid Link, or at the very least, young teen Link.
Yeah, you are the Link from the end of Ocarina of Time that runs away with the Ocarina to prevent the events from Ocarina of Time from ever happening in the first place, because time travel.
And then you get the whole Adventure Time kind of aspect thing going on, where it's what happens if you wish the Lich never existed at all? Well, a lot of things, right?
Yeah,
it's a very controversial topic is healthcare, and I'm not going to get into it because it's it just sounds bad.
And yet it's still that. But yeah, if I remember right too, the full thing is, or Majora's Mask, I think directly bleeds into. Wait, no, sorry, now I have to remember all the different things. No, wait, I guess Majora's Mask bleeds into Twilight Princess.
The arm of my chair is about to fall off. I just realized I just leaned over and it was just, I don't know if you heard it, but it just went ka-dunk, and I was like, oh no! Oh man.
Great, sorry. No, now I have to bring down my Hyrule Historia, because I'm wait, does that mean that, Wind Waker is in the... Oh, Wind Waker has to be the timeline, I guess, then, that Link does beat Ganon, but goes back... what is that? The timeline without a hero. What I'm getting at. Where's my timeline sheet? Thank you. Do-do-do-do. Oh, yes, I was gonna say, I guess Wind Waker is in the, quote, adult era. Where, they beat and seal away Ganondorf, but then they remove Link from their version of the timeline. Therefore, Link's not around when Ganon comes back.
Ah.
And there's that whole thing in Wind Waker where realistically the Link from Wind Waker doesn't actually have... he probably doesn't have a tie to the reincarnation cycle.
He's just anomalous Link.
Kind of, just because the whole idea in Wind Waker, its subsequent direct sequels, because that's something that I think not everybody realizes, is Wind Waker actually has 2 direct timeline sequels.
That's right.
Which is actually, maybe Link to the Past has, 2 direct sequels to it in a similar manner. Because I think Oracle of Ages/Seasons and Link's Awakening happened directly after Link to the Past, I think.
I just watched a video about this, oddly enough, with my dad.
Why not? You gotta learn Zelda history. It's important.
Well, because it was funny, because he was going down this, conspiracy rabbit hole, right? So I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And then just the way that the documentary he was listening to was going, and then the hero of time was chosen by the goddess of light and creation. I was like, oh, this sounds a lot like Zelda.
I was gonna say, it's starting to sound familiar.
Yeah, it sounds awful familiar. And then I go in the other room, and sure enough, he is actually watching it.
It's watching a timeline. Hey, it's... I love, like, the theories of Zelda timeline and stuff. Oh, yeah, Poots Magoots.
Yeah, Poots Magoots.
Until
Poots Magoo.
Poots Magoo.
Yeah, Poots Magoo.
Because that's all it fits.
Yeah, Poots Magoo.
But yeah, oh, sorry, but,
Sorry.
Yeah, so, no, now I'm just thinking, because I'm like, right, there was a thing that I was
interrupted with Poots Magoo. I was very excited about Poots.
Because one of the big things that, like, I really like, again, from being a hardcore Zelda fan, is, like, the idea that Wind Waker actually realistically nullifies the cycle of Hyrule. Because, like, that's a big thing, is, like, the fact that, like, due to the events of Skyward Sword, like, Hyrule itself is basically locked in is locked away in a mystical little fucking pseudo-land type thing.
And like, that is probably why it's disconnected from the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, right? Like, they're, like, yeah, because...
The more you know.
The way the theories go down is, like, way, way back in the primordial time, like, there are other lands in the Zelda world, but, like, they can't interact with Hyrule because there was a wish made on the Triforce, which is, again, like, the physical embodiment of the power of creation on the Zelda planet. That's kind of how they expanded it. It's not that the Triforce houses the powers of the goddesses that made Hyrule. It houses the power of the goddesses that made everything.
That's interesting.
Like, the entire planet, and, like, Hyrule is realistically by no means the planet.
We should try and work on a game string theory about, like, how all the games kind of connect to each other. Not Zelda, but I mean, like, the Mushroom Kingdom to Hyrule to the Pokeverse. I guess.
All created by the three goddesses. Anyone to accept it?
Actually, here's a question. What's the Earth called in Pokemon?
Why you gotta do this to me on live camera, man?
I'm doing it to you on live camera,
I'm like, as you say that, it's like, there's a name for the planet in Pokemon.
I don't know. I actually don't know. Is it Earth?
Earth after genetic and nuclear fallout? I'm gonna go with Earth.
Yeah, hold on. Okay.
Or generic Terra. Sometimes in anime, it's just Terra.
Yeah, okay, so it's called
Earth.
So it is Earth, or if you wanna capture it some other way, it's Pokemon World or the World of Pokemon. Go figure.
Yeah, because it is semi-linked to, well, whatever. The first handful of generations were, like, based on different areas of Japan, and then they started basing it off of different world places,
and then they started bringing, when they went to Hawaii, then they brought Darwinian concepts. And, like, more...
And there's also the Poke Multiverse, I guess, that I don't understand, but is a thing.
So the Poke Multiverse is very limited. It's a very limited multiverse. Okay, so there's
in some places
the way that they explain it. It's kind of more like the Looper kind of theory, where it's like, or no, maybe it's not Looper.
I just love that idea.
There's different versions. So like, there's a version where Ash is red. And then there's a version where Ash is Ash, and then there's a version where Ash knows his dad, and then there's a version where Ash's mom left and Ash is with his stay-at-home dad. There's there's one where where Professor Oak never went back in time with Celebi, never went forward in time with Celebi to meet Ash as a young kid.
Yeah, therefore never getting inspired to, like, do a couple of his things early on.
Yeah, exactly. There's probably even a version where Ash and Pikachu never see Ho-Oh.
Yeah, and therefore they just die immediately.
Yeah, they just
can't fight that many Furo and survive without godly intervention.
Yeah, without some sort of godly intervention going on there, right? So yeah, there's a lot of those kind of things. But in terms of, there is a negative realm That's where Giratina resides.
Yeah, the antimatter backward stuff.
And then there's the entities that represent the flow of space and time. So I guess you could say literally outer space in Pokemon is considered a different realm altogether.
Right, yeah,
because they even reveal that there is Pokemon living in deep space. Right? Like, Dialga, Palkia are two really lame examples, but there's that literal meteorite that is a Pokemon.
Yeah, like the Soul Geo, the thing that becomes Soul Geo or Lunabat or whatever. Yeah, it's like Cosfog or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, Cosmog, but there's like a legit a Pokemon that is like a piece of meteorite.
I'd say Lunastone and Solrock, I believe, are described as like coming from the sky, like coming down,
and then
coming to Poke Earth in a meteor shower, and then we had Solrock,
or Elgleam, or Elglime, or Elglium, however you want to say it. He's a literal alien. Like they actually say, he is an extraterrestrial, and same with his evolution is also an extraterrestrial. And there's another. Oh yeah, Jigglypuff is supposed to be from another planet. Same with Clefairy.
I was gonna say, yeah, Clefairy, they straight up, many times say that Clefairy is supposed to be from the moon.
Yeah, and same thing with Jigglypuff. That's why they need the Moonstone. And it's even rumored that Nidoking and Nidoqueen might actually be from the moon as well.
Yeah,
because they need the Moonstone to evolve.
Too. Yeah, other Pokemon that need it typically, have some association to a lineage of the moon. Although oh no, I guess that doesn't really work. I'm like, although I wonder if it's more like a lycanthropy thing, where like they turn more bestial, but nah, it's like a pretty even amp up through their whole line.
Minior.
That doesn't really.
This is it. This is the one that it's straight up. It is a freaking meteor, and there's like several different versions of it. Minior. Right, again, so there's meteor form and red core. I will pause this real quick just so I can swing this up on screen.
Yeah, I know here. I was gonna say, as soon as you like talked about it more, I remembered. Yeah, the thing that is straight up. I mean, it flies through space and you can crack its out. Yeah. And
it's got one for every power ring.
Yes. I'm gonna say a good old sun and moon thing.
Yeah, I think that's
where they were dealing with a lot of that. Oh, right, and I think we completed this shrine, and that was, like, kind of where we called it.
Yeah, we completed the shrine, and then we went walking over to the pit.
Because it was the mighty, mighty powers of figuring out how to rotate an object properly.
Yes! It's harder than it looks, man.
X in a hole. Get it.
Aha!
Y'all said I wouldn't, but I did.
And it's a rock flying type.
Because, well, again, you are a rock and it does fly.
Yep.
You ever try punching a star?
Have you ever tried punching a rock?
It's like also hurts.
Apparently, it's super effective.
You can break rock.
What?
Yeah. You fools think that your rock skin is tougher than my bone.
Yeah.
We're all fools.
You must fear me, Mr. Machoke.
I was gonna say, you have insulted me.
Now you have insulted. I'm insulted. Get down.
Insulted.
Get down with the sickness.
Get up. Get down with the sickness.
Get down with the sickness.
You fuckers, get up with the sickness.
Put the cookie down with the sickness.
Oh, Arnie, you truly you are a great addition to media. Again, I don't even know if he said it, but he does give me one of my greatest lines. Like, I lift things up and then I put them back down.
That sounds like something from The Simpsons.
Right? I was gonna say, I feel like, that could have definitely been. What is he in The Simpsons again? Rainyar Wolf Castle?
yeah, I think that's it.
And his...
Wolf Castle.
Yes, the McBain films. You can't do that, McBain.
I do what I please.
I was gonna say, have you ever watched the Secret McBain movie?
I have not.
It's a thing that you can find on YouTube, and it's like throughout like all the earlier years of The Simpsons, they're always cutting back to like, and now like we return to McBain in whatever. It's like, but if you take all of like the little like less than a minute McBain clips that they have sprinkled throughout, it's like you can actually make a semi-coherent like 15-minute or 10-minute action movie type thing.
Are you serious?
Like, yeah, you can watch McBain's partner get shot before retirement, and then McBain goes on like revenge. You can like, yeah, like it's actually like pretty cool as I recall. It's been like years since I watched it, but yeah, it's like it's like mainly just again action tropes, but like yeah, they use the same character designs for like the boss and shit, and yeah, like they.
Oh
they
my
kind of
god! Yeah,
things.
no, it makes like a 4-minute and 31-second little film there.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, I can't remember how long it is. It's longer than you kind of think, but yeah, like it is like way more coherent than it has any right to be. Being again a bunch of like little action movie spoofs in the background of The Simpsons,
which is fantastic. It's well, Rick and Morty even tried doing that with what the hell was it? Like
Cosmic.
the bar. It has something to do with balls.
Oh, the ball fondlers.
Ball fondlers. That's it. I was gonna say garglers, and I'm like, no, it's not garglers. That's
they're weird
gross.
little like A-Team ripoff with the
ball fondlers.
I remember the one episode. Yeah, I can't believe you found a universe where there's a Ball Fondlers movie franchise. Remember that line?
That would actually, like, imagine how much unlimited entertainment you would have. And by the way, that one universe that Rick goes to get McNuggies, because the McNuggies come with sizzle and shesh.
No, that's in his mind.
What?
Yeah, that. I was gonna say the episode. I remember the Szechuan sauce reference. It's in his brain when the bug people capture him and they're trying to figure out his portal formula. He stops by at a McDonald's, it's like in whatever in the 90s when they did Mulan, they did the Szechuan sauce. They instituted it. And the only place we can get it is in my mind.
Oh, man, like, I don't know why they had to discontinue that, and also. I understand why Disney pulled out of McDonald's for, like, better eating and all that and da-da-da-da-da. But at the same time, you know what you're doing when you're going to McDonald's. Like, you know that you're going there to eat crap.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say, it's one of those things, I'm not really sure who went to McDonald's thinking that, like, it wasn't, like, that they were gonna get a 6-pack while eating Big Macs.
Well,
I also did see something online recent, like it was like through the YouTube short, so I don't know what show it was, but it was like talking to these, like, again, overweight people, but like they're just saying, like, yeah, I remember when when we were kids, my mama used to say that anytime you had something sugary, you drank a Diet Coke to like neutralize the sugars or something, or like neutral the sugars.
That is not how it works.
Yeah, right. The interviewer had to ask, it's like, do you still believe that? They're like, well, not anymore.
Not anymore. Well,
they also accidentally cut the video, like paused the video just a little bit to make it seem like they might be thinking about it.
But
But I think that was honestly just editing more than anything.
But going back to the Disney thing, bring back cool toys to McDonald's. Okay, I am a big kid. Okay, I am a 30-year-old man who likes to buy toys and Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and all that kind of stuff. Don't even get me going on the Hello Kitty Yu-Gi-Oh fusion right now, because I have a daughter who's into Hello Kitty and I am most certainly into Yu-Gi-Oh. I am a nerd. So yeah, that's been a thing, and those are cool. But whatever happened to the cool toys that we grew up with, or from even like freaking 6-7 years ago when they had the Skylander toys and like the cool Pokemon plastic toys? What happened to that? Everything's paper now.
Yeah, because the children kept eating the plastic.
Well, no, stop letting your kid eat plastic. It's dumb. No, it's like the Kinder Surprise in the States. If you go to the States and you have a Kinder Surprise, it will get seized.
Yeah, it's a major choking hazard.
It is!
Because why would you put something in chocolate? Again, you can't just expect a kid to not inhale a chocolate egg.
And why would you not... Yeah, okay, well, I guess we're all gonna... I'm gonna continue bitching about this, but... I'm just gonna close out of that.
Oh, no!
Ha! As I say... Dark Murky's desktop.
But yes, I was gonna say, sorry to At least on my end, I have to say sorry to kick it on my end.
Oh.
Today is a busy day for the
good old
Plains side of
Plains
everything.
there.
But yeah, so as I say, I will have to at least kick her right now.
Oh, I'm gonna have to kick her too, so we will just end her here.
All right.
Thank you
again. Thank you all for joining us. I'm doing it. You got the intro. I got the outro.
Nothing. Yeah.
I'm gonna take everything for you.
I might play the intro again to close out. Rabble.
But yeah, again, thank you all for joining us this time around. Next week we will actually be on to like playing games again instead of trying to fix our various fuck ups.
Yay!
But yes, please join us. Same girl time, same girl channel for our streams here on Twitch, which in case you guys don't realize is every Saturday around, I believe it is 8 to 8:30 Mountain Standard Time.
Wait.
Or not Mountain Standard, your side.
Pacific.
The other side of the mountain.
PST. Pacific Standard Time.
Like,
you're MST. You're doing it. See, time works different in Alberta. I knew it.
There's a warp that we will never... But yes, also join us on Thursdays on YouTube for exclusive YouTube recorded content.
Exclusive!
And keep tuned as we figure out more stuff.
Yes, if you have any suggestions for what you want to see me do for my Dark and Dorky DIYs, or do it yourself with Dark and Dorky, or any games you'd like to see us play, please drop us a comment in Twitch, YouTube, Instagram. I also dump my art on Instagram all the time. So if you want to see what Dark and Dorky's up to with his minifigures and his paintings and my little... like off the track projects, absolutely swing by our Instagram, drop us a follow. We appreciate it. We are trying to get monetized to some sort of extent because I have kids and too much time for too much free time. So please help me support my kids and my wife. That's right, there's a Mrs. Dorky
and my cats.
Yes,
and dogs.
And Plains cats.
Babies
they are very
too,
important, though. They are for babies.
They are. They are mine.
Yep.
But anyway, yes. Peace out, y'all.
Yes!
See you next time.
We'll catch you guys next time. That's all, folks.
Bye.
Bye.